are certain numbers that have significance beyond the obvious. 7 is lucky, 13 is unlucky, 1 is the loneliest number, 10 is perfection, and so on. When we mention the number 9, one of two things comes immediately to mind. Either the number of players on a baseball team or the number of judges on the Supreme Court. Of course, there are other similarities. For example, the words Frankfurter and burger. They, of course, will always be a part of both institutions. Naturally, this being a special day in the history of our country, we will discuss baseball. Now, baseball is a game where opposing sides face each other and, after battling back and forth, come to a binding conclusion. No, I'm sorry. I've got my thoughts mixed up. That's the definition of the Supreme Court. See, the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of cases involving the Constitution. It is the domain of 9 justices supremely respected for their devotion to the law of the land and for their wisdom in dealing with issues that affect the lives of all citizens. They sit together, deliberating, discussing, agonizing, and determining as best they can the meaning of those noble phrases in the Constitution and how those thoughts apply to the world in which we live today. They have the power to reverse decisions of the lower courts. They have even been known to reverse their own decisions. In this respect, they're usually more flexible than major league umpires. In the annals of baseball, there are many Iron Men, stars who have been on top for many years, but they cannot compare to the exclusive club that comprises the Supreme Court. Over the past 200 years, only 16 people have served as Chief Justice and 91 as Associate Justices. From the stadiums of America came heroes, men like Ruth Gehrig, Roberto Clemente, Willie Mays, Hank Greenberg, and Jackie Robinson. And from the temple of jurisprudence, there arose giants, names like Marshall and Holmes, Black, Douglas, Warren, Brandeis, Cardozo, and of course, Frankfurter and Berger. Men who changed the course of history or kept it on a proper path. For a century, ballparks have been filled with loyal followers of the game, the fans. They were nameless and faceless, but a crucial part in the balance of the game. And in the judicial arena, there were many ordinary citizens who never dreamt of immortality, who became part of the legal history of our nation. Names like Marbury and Plessy and Roe, Brown, Gideon, Miranda, and Dred Scott. They are woven inextricably into the fabric of 200 years of justice, testing the very foundation of the lofty premise that the Constitution shall endure as the law of the land. Just as baseball grew from the sandlots in the fields and farm country with flour sacks for bases, the Supreme Court also grew from its start in 1790 at the Rural Exchange Building in New York. Those first sessions under Chief Justice John Jay went relatively unnoticed. But the court finally hit its stride with a case that established once and for all its importance as an equal partner in the affairs of government.